about what I've learnt about the 0 kilobyte glitch in this video. First of all, yes, Codsworth, it probably would be wonderful to get out of this infernal rain. We're actually out of it at the moment. Can I continue? Is that alright with you? Right. Yeah, I'm not actually a modder, so I don't know about why this occurs. I'm going to explain what I think I understand.
Lock tight.
I haven't got advanced lockpicking. Come on, that's beginner stuff. So yeah, modding the game. First of all, there are people I've seen on forums, people saying, "Come on, Bethesda, fix this" and things like that. Well, it's not for Bethesda to fix. Modding is a risk. It's something we take upon ourselves. It can improve the game. It can also destroy a save. My advice, and this is probably sensible advice, is have a save, then create a new save if possible. If you're playing on survival mode though, this isn't so easy, and I'm playing on survival now. My advice would be to have an auto save version. If you're going to mod survival, have an auto save and just test that auto save. Now if you don't know what the 0 kilobyte glitch is, I'll explain first of all, so we're all on the same page. The 0 kilobyte glitch is basically when you go to save, it comes up and says unable to save. It comes up with an error message. You should be able to find pictures of it on the internet. I've seen them posted on forums, etc. It comes up. I may even have a picture myself, so if I do, I'll put it up. If there's no picture here, you know I've deleted it or whatever, or I don't have one. But I'll certainly try and find one. Yeah, it comes up and says unable to save. Basically, you need to delete some data, 0 kilobytes worth, and it just refuses to let you save. There is a workaround, but the workaround doesn't always work, and so whenever you introduce a new mod onto your mod list, I would suggest testing save first of all. So that's my first bit of advice, because something I've not done. But yeah, if you're playing on survival and you've got an auto save option, come in, test it, make sure, yeah, requesting auto save, it's working fine, thankfully. I'm going to sort out the food side of things as well.
Hi.
Better hope I never see his face again.
Well, why do you go around killing synths often? Oh, evidently. Synthist. Right, after that distraction, let's get back to what I was doing, which was scavenging. Yes, very good pickings, Codsworth. Can I not do anything without being interrupted? Beer. Important for anyone. So, the 0 kilobyte glitch, it is a real pain. It can destroy your save. It happens with mod conflict, and I think it's a conflict with Creation Club. I'll just stop here for a little while, out of the rain. I think it's a conflict with Creation Club and certain older mods. Mods that I know that do cause it, if you've got Creation Club stuff on there, is Military Clutter, and there's another one I downloaded recently, Wedge's Power Armor or something. It gives various Power Armor skins, and I think because new framework was added for skins for Power Armor, weapons, etc. within Creation Club, it causes problems. There is Andrew CX does do a patch. His modding, I speak about it in another video. He's just fantastic. Some of the stuff he does give a patch for skins that can help, but it's not completely infallible. I mean, there are obviously certain things, you know, he can't. From what I understand, framework, modders create framework, which is like foundations, and people add to those foundations. And the Creation Club adds new frameworks. So, and there's older things that are built on the old frameworks that conflict, and that mod conflict causes the 0 kilobyte glitch. That's what I basically understand. I think is happening, but don't quote me on that. As I say, the last bit of programming I did was when, you know, run C / double colon, you know, that sort of thing. So programming basic on a Commodore 64. So that's from what I understand of it. My most successful video on my YouTube channel is actually me talking about the Delvin glitch, and I sorted out that. That took me 3 hours to unpack. This has taken me 3 weeks to unpack. It's a bit more complex and a bit more harder to understand. And I've also, my mod list that I give is completely safe. It won't cause you to have the 0 kilobyte glitch. And if anyone does get any errors, give me some feedback and that, let me know.
Yeah?
Hi.
So what's your story? Looking to trade? Rob me? Or just ask directions
I
to
forgot I hadn't even
Diamond
met Trashcan Carla.
Just looking for love, sweetheart.
City? Girl, have you come to the wrong place? My loving days have long since passed. But I'll tell you what.
She didn't turn me down though, did
You
she?
made an old girl smile, and that ain't easy. You want to do some trading? I'll give you a discount.
So, yeah, I mean, modding is a risk, but it adds so much more
I've
to
got
our
a few
game.
minutes to browse.
I got
For
a little bit
for
of
example, I'm running mods here. I'm running loads of mods already. I've got the list, and I think I've added a little bit more to it. I think I've added skylines on there and a few other bits, but it's running all right. But I introduced the wedges, and I'd done a day's worth of stuff. I was milling around at Sanctuary, and I went to save, and it came up with a glitch, and I was like, but it was my own fault for not testing it. So I lost a day's in-game day's worth of game, but it's not a big issue. It wasn't a big issue. I went back to a previous save, managed to load that up. But be careful, because as you know, you've got no hard saves on and don't keep trying to save. My advice, if it comes up with a 0 kilobyte glitch, the workaround you can do is you go into load. I'll show you what you do actually. Yeah, so the workaround is simply what you do is you go into here, you select load. I don't know whether you can see this, and then you select a character. Make sure you go in, so it brings up the load screen. Come out, and then slowly go down. Select quit, and go back, and it'll create an end save. That exit save, sorry. Then you can access that exit save. That workaround doesn't always work, I've found, and my advice would be to try and come in, try this save as soon as you've added a new mod. That's the best way forward, I think, because there's going to be various mods that aren't supported anymore. The mod authors aren't updating, that are going to have these problems with them, that don't allow for Creation Club being in there. Some people hate Creation Club and because it's paid mods, but it's not entirely. It's kind of understandable, but I kind of like it, and I kind of like some of the more options for us on here on PlayStation is better. To be honest with you, we've been restricted and screwed over by Sony, and we're still getting screwed over with the lack of crossplay. But you know, that's a story for another video, to be honest with you. But yeah, that's my best advice to you, is just to keep saving, keep on saving, you know, and keep testing it every time you introduce a new mod. But those mods, unfortunately, they don't work, which is a shame, but I do know people that use them without having Creation Club content. So if you have Creation Club content, I know Military Clutter works. So sometimes the free alternatives are better. That's my X button sticking like crazy. Brand new controller on the X button sticks. Fantastic. It'll be really good for... the sun's coming out. Excellent. Just as I'm about to end the video. Well, so that's all I know about the 0 kilobyte glitch. It took me 3 weeks to find all that out. I thought a lot of people would be having the same problem. I looked online, but there are very few videos about it. And the reason being, because Creation Club's fairly new, and it's a fairly new phenomenon. That's only T45, isn't it? Hang on. But that's T45, and I've got some more T45 back. Don't worry. In this game, I've got some more T45 back at the Museum of Freedom in Concord, and it's got a helmet. So I've practically got another set with that, if I could get that out of there. But I've not got advanced hacking yet. And this character, she's kind of like a Native American. I've tried to make her like that. That's was the influence, and based on the Hemingway rifle mod that I might do an entire video about. But that's as I say, that's another video as well. So that's what I know about 0 kilobyte glitch. I hope you found this helpful. I hope this, you know, sort of gives you some pointers, helps people and stops you from having the same error and problems that I had. Thanks for your time, and I'll see you in a much better and well constructed video rather than this ad-libbing off the top of my head and just thrown together so I can get the information out there. Thank you for your time. Bye bye.